Hello, hello, everyone. It's Gloria with Glory Bee Resale, and I am here to do a what sold on eBay, Poshmark, Mercari, and Etsy for the week of March 10th to the 15th. And the first thing and only thing, and I don't remember the last time that I only sold one item on eBay for the whole week. It was actually somebody bought two of these lipsticks, so $22. But yeah, you just can't. I was shocked to see that that's all I had sold that week. Um, I had to double check, but it was. So I don't know what was going on there on eBay, but that's all I sold was the lipsticks. Two of them, $22. Cost to me on them for the both was $1.28. And then over to Poshmark, the first thing to sell was this Jessie B bird print V-neck dress. And this sold for $21. And the cost to me on it was $6.49. And I want to say this is something, no, this is not something this one I just put on a model recently. And I believe this is helping to get things sold. Not that I'm selling them for a lot. I just want to, these are things that have been sitting in my closet that were cute, but this was the original picture. And this is it on the model. I did that with AI and, it sold pretty quickly after that. $18. And the cost to me on it was $3.50. Next item to sell was this Fossil Pally leather bag. And this sold for $40 and the cost to me was $5. I picked this up at a yard sale last summer. And if you wouldn't mind liking and subscribing, I'd really appreciate it. It inspires me to go on. Thanks. And next thing to sell on Poshmark was this was a bundle deal for two items. And one of these was another one that has been sitting in my closet. This blouse has been in my closet for over 3 years. And this was what it looked like when it was on the mannequin. And so I had AI. I uploaded these pictures and had AI put it on a girl, and I think it improved it quite a bit. But again, this was sitting there for a few years. I just was happy to get my money back out of it, which was $4.99. So if I just got my money back on that, the $4.99, then that's full price for this bowl here. However you want to split it up, I got $50 for the both. And this was a mid-century California pottery style uh, bowl. So I got $50 for both of them. I was happy. I really didn't care about the blouse because it was almost to go into donations anyway. So I'm happy to have made a $50 sale for the two. And if you can see, Poshmark has picked up a little bit than it was a few weeks ago. And don't ask me what makes one go up and one go down, but that's why it's good to sell on more platforms. That way, if you're having a bad week on one, another might make up for it. And I use Vendu to do so. I know there's other applications out there too. That just happens to be what I use. I'm not trying to sell it. The next item to sell was this vintage gold belt, stretchy metal belt. And this sold for $29. Cost to me on it was $2.99. Next item to sell was this Donna Rico silk mini dress. And this sold for $13. Somebody sent me an offer for 13. I didn't even try to counter offer because I felt like it just was not getting the looks. I mainly wouldn't probably buy this except for the fact that it was silk. So I have a hard time passing up silk blouses and dresses. So this person got a good deal for $13 and I got my money back and maybe made a couple of dollars. Next item to sell over here was this vintage pair of wood carved fish, and these I paid $10 and sold them for $39. Next item to sell, oh, this is over onto Mercari, was this Stitch and Feathers black and white mixed print sweater. And this sold for $24, and the cost to me on it was $6.49. Next item to sell was this Coldwater Creek women's blue wrap Hawaii skirt. And, whoops. And this sold for $17. Cost to me on it was $3. Next item to sell was this Bowden's casual dress, and this sold for $21, and the cost to me on it was $3.50. And the last thing on Mercari, which selling four things on Mercari in one week is kind of good for me. I don't normally sell that much on Mercari. It just I don't know why. And the last thing was this Target Wonder Shop uh, fabric bird quincy. And this sold for $18. Cost to me on it was $1.49. Now over to Etsy, which was also kind of slow this week. Everything was kind of slow, but it looks like, thank goodness for Mercari and Poshmark this week to carry the load. Over on Etsy, which is usually pretty good, this week it happened to be slow. But this garbage truck sold for $35, and the cost to me on it was $4. Next item to sell was this set of vintage towels, Cannon striped towels, and these sold for $30, and the cost to me on them was $3. Next item to sell was this vintage mid-century modern Hollywood Regency wall light sconce, and this was like a bubble light, and it sold for $69, and the cost to me on it was $10. And the last item to sell on Etsy was this vintage, I don't even know how vintage it was, but this little brass planter. And this may be from the 90s, but I'm not positive. And this sold for $22, and this was something that I recently listed it. This is what it looked like. Pretty plain. So I had AI. I know, and I'm not advertising. I am kind of telling you I like it. I had them put some plants in it, and I think it looks so much better, and it sold pretty quickly. I'm not too sure it would have if it was just showing this pot without what it would look like. So, again, this sold for $22, and the cost to me on this, I don't know, I think it was $2 or $3. I'm not positive which one. And that was everything that I sold. Sorry, my allergies are really acting up, so which is a regular thing at this point, so you get that nasally sounding voice. But this is what sold from March 9th to the 15th. And it has picked up since then, you'll see in future videos, but this week was very slow. And I was starting to get a little bummed out because I think I had at least 2 weeks that were just not very good weeks. But it's turned around. I know this week was very good for me, so I will see you again in some future videos and you can see what's sold there. You have a wonderful week, and I will see you next time, and I hope your sales are fantastic. Bye.